An age-old question that many people ask is, why do bad things happen to good people, and why do good things happen to bad people? Today, we'll explore this question through the lens of the Buddha's teachings. Let's start with a story from the Buddha's time. Once, there was a wealthy and generous man named Anāthapiṇḍika. Despite his good deeds, he lost his fortune and faced hardship. On the other hand, there were cruel and selfish people who seemed to prosper. This situation puzzled many of the Buddha's followers. The Buddha addressed this issue in several suttas. In the Kulakama Vibhanga Sutta, he explained that the results of our actions are complex and not always immediately visible. He said, "Beings are owners of their actions, heirs of their actions. They originate from their actions, are bound to their actions, have their actions as their refuge. It is action that distinguishes beings as inferior and superior." This teaching introduces us to the concept of karma. However, it's important to note that the Buddha didn't teach a simplistic good actions always lead to good results philosophy. Instead, he emphasized the complexity of cause and effect. In the Lonakkapala Sutta, the Buddha used the analogy of salt in water to explain why similar actions might have different results for different people. He said that a small amount of salt in a cup of water makes the water undrinkable, but the same amount in a river doesn't affect its drinkability. Similarly, the same action might have a severe effect on one person, but a minor effect on another, depending on their overall character and circumstances. The Buddha also taught that not everything that happens to us is due to our past actions. In the Savaka Sutta, he listed 8 causes of suffering, including bile, phlegm, wind, climate, carelessness, assault, and the ripening of karma. This shows that while karma plays a role, it's not the sole determinant of our experiences. So, why do bad things happen to good people? The Buddha's teachings suggest several reasons. 1. Past karma. Some difficulties may be the result of past unskillful actions. 2. Natural causes. Illness, accidents, and natural disasters can affect anyone. 3. The actions of others. We live in an interconnected world where others' actions can impact us. 4. Opportunity for growth. Challenges can be opportunities to develop wisdom and compassion. As for why good things happen to bad people, the Buddha taught that temporary prosperity doesn't necessarily indicate long-term well-being. In the Balapandita Sutta, he compared the enjoyment of wrongly gained wealth to a person dreaming of a beautiful garden, only to wake up and find it gone. The Buddha emphasized that true happiness comes not from external circumstances, but from cultivating inner peace and wisdom. In the Dhammapada, he said, "Health is the greatest gift. Contentment is the greatest wealth. A trusted friend is the best relative. Nibbana is the greatest bliss." Instead of focusing on why good or bad things happen, the Buddha encouraged us to cultivate wholesome qualities regardless of our circumstances. In the Mahadukkhakkhandha Sutta, he taught that by understanding the nature of suffering, we can find peace even in difficult situations. To conclude, the Buddha's teachings offer a nuanced perspective on why good and bad things happen. Rather than a simple system of rewards and punishments, he taught a complex interplay of causes and conditions. The key is not to worry about why things happen, but to respond to all situations with wisdom and compassion. As the Buddha said in the Dhammapada, hatred is never appeased by hatred in this world. By non-hatred alone is hatred appeased. This is a law eternal. By cultivating these qualities, we can find peace and happiness regardless of external circumstances and contribute to a more harmonious world for all beings.